Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. Back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it, as always. And I'm here at work. Look like the rest of this week gonna be pretty steady. So thank y'all for the well wishes. Thank God for allowing me to live to see another day, another working day, another day being able to work. I appreciate that. Thank you, God. Thank y'all for all y'all support and well wishes. And I want to go back in time. I was born May 23rd. No, I ain't gonna tell y'all that. That's too much information. I was born in the 70s, right? And from the time I was born up until 2020, even though I've seen some things in life that were strange, unusual, queer, I've lived some things, I've experienced some things that wasn't normal to average everyday people, but it was normal to me. Example. No, I can't say this right now. It's too soon in the video. They're gonna flag it. I'm learning these YouTube streets, but throughout the 70s, you can leave your door open at night while you sleep. At least you could in my neighborhood, down south. Wasn't no shootouts at school. None of that. Mass shootings, school shootings, none of that. And we had M16, we had assault rifles back then too. See, the Democrats acting like assault rifles are something new. And that's what's causing all these school shootings and mass shootings. It's the assault rifles that's causing it. When we've always had those weapons, right? Ain't that new? We had dynamite, bombs, hand grenades, you name it. I just seen real hand grenades in real life, in the hood. The trains used to come through Trinity Garden, Happy Hill, and the guys used to hit the train and get all types of weapons off of them. Back then they used to just carry it on the train. I don't know what they do, how they do it now. So I've seen all types of military weapons. No school shootings, no mass shootings, none of that. Back in my day, like the old folks say, back in my day, it wasn't none of this what's going on now, right? Kids were safe to walk through the neighborhood. Every now and then, it would be major news if a kid got kidnapped or assault, some pervert. Not saying it wasn't happening, but it was usually a family member. And we kept it under the rug, you know what I mean? So, it was perverts, but it was usually your own family member that was doing it, your uncle, that sick uncle. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But it wasn't this mess we got going on now. Pedophiles and perverts everywhere, right? That was the 70s. Great time. I had a great childhood. We still went outside to play. The biggest illness was the flu. Wasn't no AIDS. None of that, right? You could actually hit something raw. And the worst you would get was the claps. For y'all young ones don't know what the claps is. Ask an old time what the claps is. Or a baby. You either have a baby or you catch the claps. But it wasn't no applause for you. That was the 70s. All through the 80s, same thing. Then the smack epidemic with a C, gotta be careful what I say, it came to pass, right? Then the black community was rocked by the crack epidemic. I played my part in it throughout the 90s. I seen some weird things, strange things during that time. I seen a guy sell crack to his mama. I seen a brother pop his own brother right in front of me, broad daylight, over argument with his own brother. I done seen pastors, prominent pastors, dropping prostitutes off in the hood and gave her $5. He driving a Lincoln. At least, pastor, if you're gonna be with her, at least give her $20, $5. And here she come to spend her little $5 talking about how cheap pastor so-and-so is. He a cheap something. He a regular though. That's the only reason I take it, because he a regular. So I've seen all that type of weird stuff, right? Strange. A lot of stuff that the average person hadn't seen. Until 2020. And I'm telling y'all, I done seen all type of weird stuff, right? I just told you that. I ain't told you everything I done seen. I'm telling you I done seen some weird stuff. But overall, that was just my life. But life in general for everybody else was normal. Overall. See, I can't assume the life that I lived was the life of the everyday American citizen. It wasn't. I lived a strange lifestyle. I lived a lifestyle that wasn't normal. So therefore, I saw a lot of stuff that wasn't normal before the rest of the world did. Y'all that were living how y'all supposed to live. But the life I chose to live put me in a position where I saw some things that no human being should have to live to see. But now here we are, 2020. Well, we're in 2024 now, but when 2020 hit, in spite of all the things that I've seen in life that was strange, unusual, queer, life was still normal. Overall, for America. America was normal. You know, we had our crime, we had our problem, we had our issues, but overall it was normal. You know, it wasn't nothing out of the ordinary, normal stuff. January 1st, 2020. Happy New Year! So we thought. January the 1st, 2020. Happy New Year! If we only knew what was coming. January the 1st, 2020. Happy New Year! We had no idea. We just entered the beginning of the end. And since January the 1st, 2020, life has not been the same. Not just for me, because the life I lived before January 1st, 2020, that wasn't the life of everybody else. January 1st, 2020, life hasn't been the same now for everybody. Now everybody is seeing with only people like me who chose to live a bad life, that chose to do the wrong thing. Only people like me saw what I saw. January the 1st, 2020. Now is everybody seeing what I saw. People that have done the right thing all their life. People that ain't never done nothing to hurt nobody. People that always respected people. Lived a good life. Now, you getting to see a side of the world, a side of life that y'all didn't know exists. I knew it existed. Y'all didn't. But now, despite all the things I've seen, I must admit, January the 1st, 2020, started some things that I never seen. Some things, I'm rolling. Anyway, it started some things that were even weird and strange to me. Some things that even got me nervous, worried, scared, not knowing what to expect. All I've seen and witnessed in my life, a brother shooting his own brother, a son selling his mom crack, pastors dropping off prostitutes, pastors trying to sleep with me that were men. In spite of all I've seen, my mom died in my arms, unexpectedly. Me having a nervous breakdown, giving up on life, wanting to unalive my own self. Despite experiencing all of that, I have never seen a time as strange and as weird as that we're living in now. Since January the 1st, 2020, life for none of us has been the same. All of us can honestly say, whether you're Democrat, Republican, Christian, Muslim, whatever you are, all of us can say, something wrong here. Something ain't right. This is not normal. This is not supposed to be like this. Something is up. Something is wrong. We're living in the end time. That's what's up. That's what's wrong. We're living in the last days. I've said this 1,000 times, I'm saying it again. January the 1st, 2020, Happy New Year, was not Happy New Year after all. It was the beginning of the end time. Just my theory, just my thoughts, just my view. You don't have to believe what I'm saying. But for what we've been seeing, all the weirdness, unusual stuff happening, the pandemic, and it ain't going nowhere, it's coming back. New and improved. Politics, the economy, life, damn near everybody done gave up. Everybody just about going through some type of turmoil. Yes, throughout history, throughout life, we've all had problems. Not like this. Not like this. The average person cannot afford to live anymore. Being alive, just being alive alone, just living, waking up every day, is too expensive. Waking up breathing is too expensive. This is not normal. The way you can't afford to breathe. Just breathing costs too much. It's too expensive. None of us asked to be here. We're here now and can't afford to be here. So now you got to be stressed out, worried, trying to figure out how you're going to continue to afford to just be alive. Not to buy a mansion, not to buy a Lamborghini, not to buy a Maserati, none of that. Just trying to figure out how to afford being alive. Nothing extra, just being alive. How do you afford being alive nowadays? Time out. See, we're not focused on being able to buy a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house with a pool in the backyard, 4-car garage and 4 cars in the garage, beautiful wife, beautiful kids, all this, that, and the other, dog lane spot, running around the yard, white picket fence. See, we ain't trying to focus on how to afford that anymore. Because that's pretty much out of reach for the average American citizen. What we're trying to do now is just being able to afford being alive. Hold on. We have witnessed an assassination attempt on a presidential candidate and former president twice in 2 months. And we're witnessing other Americans celebrate it. That's not normal. That's not normal. Once upon a time, everybody would have been pissed, Democrat or Republican, because you don't do that. That ain't the way we do things in America. January the 1st, 2020. Happy New Year. Get your ass out of here. Damn bugs. And as I've said before, they're not going to stop. They're going to try again. And this is a warning to y'all that's celebrating and think it's a good idea that they get him. That's not a good idea. That's going to be bad for everybody. January the 1st, 2020 was the beginning of the end. Everything that's taking place afterwards, all this stuff we're going through now, we setting up. We're on a fast track pace to the end. And here we are, the actors in that play. Here we are, the people that are alive today. From January the 1st, 2020 until now and on farther on, we are the actors in the end time movie. Like it or not, you've been chosen for this role. And we're all playing a part. Some of our parts are better than others. You know, some people had a hero part. Some people got the villain. Some people got the one that get killed in the beginning of the movie. Y'all feel where I'm going. That's what we're dealing with right now. Life has not been the same for none of us since January the 1st, 2020. Whether you want to admit it or accept it or not, something is totally different. And it started then. If you look back on it, like I said, even before 2020, we've already had, life is lifing. If y'all don't agree with me on nothing else, y'all should be able to agree that since 2020, life is not the same. Life is not the same. It's weird, it's strange, it's off. Especially for somebody who's been living a while here. We notice a big difference after 2020 and before 2020. People like me notice a big difference. This is totally Twilight Zone. This is the Twilight Zone. If it was ever a real Twilight Zone, we're living in it right now. Nothing makes sense. We had a sitting president running for re-election and quit. But he's still a president. He wasn't fit to run for re-election, but he's fit to still be president. While his vice president was given the nomination without a vote. That has never happened. A sitting president that came down with Alzheimer's. And they don't remove him. Make it make sense. It don't make no sense. Nothing we are going through or experiencing right now makes sense. Don't try to make sense out of none of this. You got people out here working their ass off on a job, doing what they were taught throughout their whole life. Hard work pays off. Working their ass off on a job, getting up, going to work every day, and can't afford the basic necessities in life. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's been going on, but now more people that once upon a time had what you would call a good job, made good money. That don't exist no more. But yet, and I'm grateful, I thank God, it's me and others like me would have, you know, I mean, y'all need to start thinking outside the box. As I told y'all, work for yourself, figure out something else to do other than a job, because you got people like me on YouTube making more money than the people that's working on a job. Make that make sense. That'll make a bit of sense. I know it don't make no sense. I ain't gonna fight against it. If you can't beat them, join them. When I saw that, I said, I need to start me a YouTube channel. I didn't know I was gonna blow up, but lo and behold, here I am. And I'm recommending that y'all do the same thing. You never know. Who knows? You might blow up too. It might not make sense to you that you can actually get on here and make more money than your job. I know that don't make no sense. That's what I'm trying to tell you now. January the 1st, 2020, nothing makes sense. Stop trying to make sense out of this shit and just play the cards you were dealt. That's what I'm doing. That's why I hop my ass on YouTube. And I would try anything else. Real estate, you name it. Stuff that I thought was impossible. This January 1st, 2020. Yeah, we went through some hard times, some rough times. We're still going through it and it's going to get worse. But what January the 1st, 2020 showed me, any damn thing possible. Anything possible. We went from Mardi Gras in February of 2020. Lay Barton Roulette. I'm talking, we partying down here in Mobile for Mardi Gras. Fat Tuesday hit. It was beautiful. Everybody, people everywhere from out of town, your family here, we barbecuing, we block partying. If you ever been to Mobile Mardi Gras on Fat Tuesday, you know what I'm talking about. New Orleans ain't got nothing on us. I don't care what y'all say, but I love y'all. And Mardi Gras started in Mobile. Fat Tuesday, we doing it big. 2 weeks later, we can't come outside. The fuck? The whole world. Stay in the house. Social distance. Stay away from other people, which that ain't normal. Beginning of the end. We're being programmed. We're being conditioned. Stay away from other people. 6 foot social distancing. People in the stores want to fight because you too close to them. Get back. That ain't 6 feet. Somehow we ain't thought how they measured out how far you need to be apart. Why not 8 feet? All this new, so how they know how far we need to stay apart? Then we went from no cure, don't know what this shit is, to a vaccine. And you were being shamed if you didn't take it. I took it. A year later, I got ringing in my ears that won't go away, tinnitus. I never told y'all about that. I hear ringing all day, every day. I got to the way you adapt to it, the way it don't bother me no more, because it's like normal. I just ignore it. I have tinnitus. I took so we can get back to living life as normal. My life will never be normal again. I have tinnitus. My hair ringing in my ears constantly. Didn't have no accident. Didn't hear no loud sounds that messed up my hearing. Woke up one morning going to work, and it just came on. Like somebody flipped a switch. Somebody said because I'm chosen. I've heard that before. I don't know. I think it got something to do with that. Woke up one morning, I got the date wrote down. February 8, 2022. The ear ringing started. And it's been ringing 24 hours, 7 days a week since February 8, 2022. When I talk about ain't nothing right, when I talk about January the 1st, 2020, until now and farther on, something ain't right. But hey, so much for the doom and gloom. I'm not telling y'all nothing you don't already know. Welcome. We're all movie stars. in a movie that we didn't actually be a part of. Congratulations. Or you gonna win an Oscar for this movie that we're all playing a part in. Get it? Got it. Good. Bye.